night was darker than usual when Elias arrived at Ravenshade, a secluded village hidden deep within the mountains. A historian by profession, he had spent years chasing legends, but nothing fascinated him more than the tale of Ravenshade, a village that, according to old manuscripts, had mysteriously disappeared over a century ago. The records spoke of a curse, a night when the entire village vanished without a trace, leaving only a single house standing at its center. That house, they said, still remained. Elias had been warned not to come. The few who knew of Ravenshade spoke in hushed whispers, their faces grim. Once you step into the village, an old man had told him, the shadows watch you. They wait. But Elias was not one to be swayed by superstition. He was here for the truth. As he stepped into the village, a shiver ran down his spine. The air was thick with silence, unnaturally so. The wind did not stir the trees, and his own footsteps felt muffled, as if the ground itself resisted sound. The village was intact, yet lifeless. Houses stood untouched by time, their wooden doors slightly ajar, as if their owners had just stepped out and never returned. And then there was the house. At the center of the village, just as the stories described, stood a lone structure. Its windows were dark, its wooden frame weathered, but standing strong. The front door was open, inviting. Elias hesitated. The silence was pressing now, suffocating, but curiosity overpowered caution. He stepped inside. The air smelled of dust and something else, something old and decayed. The floor creaked beneath his boots as he moved deeper into the house. The furniture was in place, untouched by time. A cup sat on the table, half filled with liquid, long turned to dust. A rocking chair in the corner moved slightly, not from the wind, for there was none, but as if someone had just left it. Elias's breath quickened. He took out his flashlight, scanning the room. Then he saw it. On the far wall, a mirror stood, tall and cracked, its frame adorned with strange carvings. But it was not the mirror itself that made Elias freeze. It was the reflection. The room behind him was empty. He knew that. He had just been there. Yet, in the mirror, he saw them, figures standing in the shadows, their faces obscured, watching him. A whisper brushed his ear. Not words, but the sound of breath, close enough that he could feel the cold against his skin. His heart pounded. Slowly, he turned. Nothing. The room was as it had been, empty, silent. But the air felt different now, heavy, thick with something unseen but present. Then, the floorboards groaned, not beneath him, but from the room above. Someone, or something, was moving upstairs. Elias gripped his flashlight, his pulse hammering in his ears. He knew he should leave, run back to his car, forget the legends. But something in him, a hunger for truth, or perhaps sheer madness, urged him forward. Step by step, he ascended the staircase, each creak beneath his feet echoing through the house. The hallway above was dim, lined with closed doors. One stood slightly open, and from within came the unmistakable sound of breathing, shallow, raspy, waiting. Elias reached for the door. The moment his fingers touched the wood, the breathing stopped. Silence. Then, the door slammed open on its own. Inside, the room was empty. No furniture, No windows, just walls lined with mirrors. And in every mirror, reflections stood, dozens of them, some with faces like his, some with no faces at all. One of them stepped forward. Elias wanted to move, to run, but his body refused to obey. His own reflection in the nearest mirror began to change. His face twisted, his eyes darkened, and his reflection smiled, a cruel, knowing smile. Then the lights flickered and went out. A single whisper filled the darkness. "Welcome back." And the village of Ravenshade remained silent once more.